Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to show you a highlight of what we're going to be deep diving because Bernie Sanders can't even defend this. ABC News is calling out Kamala Harris. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this.
But if you take a look at that ad, one thing that I found striking is if you look, and I think we have the images here, there are at least 3 points in that ad that show the border wall, Donald Trump's border wall. Is it now the position of the Democrats that they favored the border wall?
Wow. What? All right, let's dive into this. So Bernie Sanders' campaign, Bernie Sanders, who has been outed by the Democrats 2 times in 2016 and 2020. This guy is so loyal to these people that are absolutely not loyal to him. It's you can't even make this stuff up. You really can't. So there's a new ad going around, and Kamala Harris is taking credit for a lot of crazy things. Even ABC, even ABC can't even they can't even hold back. That's how bad this has gotten. Make sure to smash the like button as always. Comment down where you guys are watching from. This one is a crazy one. Take a look at this.
And on immigration, when Harris ran for the Democratic nomination against you and others in 2020, she said she favored decriminalizing illegal border crossing. She even suggested she would be in favor of abolishing ICE. Now, of course, she's taking, at least rhetorically, a much tougher line on border security. Take a look at this, one of her very first ads as the presidential nominee.
Kamala Harris has spent decades fighting violent crime. As a border state prosecutor, she took on drug cartels and jailed gang members for smuggling weapons and drugs across the border. As vice president, she backed the toughest border control bill in decades. And as president, she will...
I mean, before we even continue this video, just look at this. Just look at this ad. All of a sudden now she's Donald Trump. What is happening?
Hire thousands more border agents and crack down on fentanyl and human trafficking. Fixing the border is tough. So is Kamala Harris.
What do you make of her transformation on this issue?
Well, I don't think it's a question of transformation. We have a crisis at the border. We've got to make sure the fentanyl does not get into this country. We have to crack down on illegal immigration. But what we need is comprehensive immigration reform. I mean, you got God knows how many young people in this country as a result of DACA who deserve to gain citizenship. We need skilled workers, and we need workers in this country. A lot of labor shortages all over America where immigrants can play an important role. So keeping people from illegally entering the country obviously is the right thing to do. But we need comprehensive immigration reform, and I suspect that is what the vice president supports.
But, ladies and gentlemen, wait for it, because this is something that's about to be playing everywhere. Watch this.
But if you take a look at that ad, one thing that I found striking is if you look, and I think we have the images here, there are at least 3 points in that ad that show the border wall, Donald Trump's border wall. Is it now the position of the Democrats that they favored the border wall?
Well, you can ask the Harris campaign about.
He just say, bro. What did Bernie say?
Donald Trump's border wall. Is it now the position of the Democrats that they favored the border wall?
Well, you can ask the Harris campaign about that ad. That's the first that I've seen it. Bottom line is, I think there's wide recognition in this country, and we've had some success. I think the number of illegal immigrants coming in recently has gone down substantially. That is a major issue, and we've got to continue to do that.
It's funny how they always go back to that. Oh, it's going down. Inflation is not really, it's actually down right now. Meanwhile, we just found out that there were 818,000 jobs that were falsely added, right? So that's how you play this, really? Crazy.
Recently has gone down substantially. That is a major issue, and we've got to continue to do that. But at the end of the day, what we need is comprehensive immigration reform.
But the immigration, and you said it wasn't a transformation, there's clearly a change in emphasis on it. She is also, in her first campaign, she supported Medicare for all, like you. She supported a ban on fracking and offshore oil drilling. These are clearly new positions now that she's taken.
Jonathan,
why is that?
Let me just
Yo, ABC got the receipts. And once again, Bernie, why are you doing this? Why are you giving your all to this party that obviously is not what you stand for? Bernie should be a Republican, man.
But the immigration, and you said it wasn't a transformation, there's clearly a change in emphasis on it. She is also, in her first campaign, she supported Medicare for all, like you. She supported a ban on fracking and offshore oil drilling. These are clearly new positions now that she's taken.
Jonathan,
why is that?
Let me just say this.
Yeah.
You go out and you do a poll, as I have done, and you ask the American people whether or not healthcare is a human right, and whether we should do what every other major country on earth does and guarantee health care to all of our people, the answer is yes. Should we be spending twice as much per capita on health care, despite 85 million people being uninsured or underinsured? Most of the American people understand the system is broken. Yeah. So Kamala Harris and I have a disagreement. I do believe in Medicare for all. I think the current system is dysfunctional and broken. She has a different point of view. But right now, Kamala Harris is running against Donald Trump. And Donald Trump's position.
Oh, back to Donald Trump being the bad guy. Oh, these guys never fail. They never fail. Bro, like, think about what's going on here in this exchange. ABC, finally out of nowhere, these people have their moments. They have their moments where they're finally doing some journalism, right? Subjective. And he's calling out Kamala, calling out how she doesn't stand for what you really stand for. But again, it never fails that these people are willing to sacrifice morally who they are because of the fact that Trump is bad. Trump bad.
But right now, Kamala Harris is running against Donald Trump. And Donald Trump's position on all of these issues are virtually extremely right-wing, pro-insurance company. He wants to end the Affordable Care Act, throw millions of people off of the health care that they have. So I think when you look at her positions versus Trump, the issue is clearly day and night. Her positions are far, far more superior.
All right, Senator Bernie Sanders, thank you for joining us this morning.
Crazy. So she's out here using Trump's ads. She's out here doing a tax on tips. I mean, look, Trump was ready for this. Trump's been ready for this. He had an ad already for her.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message. This is America's border czar, and she's failed us. Under Harris, over 10 million illegally here. 250,000 Americans dead from fentanyl. Brutal migrant crimes. And ISIS now here.
Do you have any plans to visit the border? You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. I mean, I don't understand the point that you're making.
Kamala Harris failed, weak, dangerously liberal.
Yeah, so that's really what
I'm Donald J. Trump.
That's what Donald J. Trump, and you approve this message. That's what we know her as. Like, this is what we know her to be. Like, it doesn't get any more obvious than that, but it's crazy because all of a sudden now she's tough on crime. Now all of a sudden she's tough on all these things that, let's be very honest, it's not true. We'll play this one more time. This is too good. This is great TV, man.
But if you take a look at that ad, and one thing that I found striking is if you look, and I think we have the images here, there are at least 3 points in that ad that show the border wall, Donald Trump's border wall. Is it now the position of the Democrats that they favor the border wall? But if you take a look at that ad, and one thing that